Y'all ready to get lit? Live from Jacksonville, Florida. Vodcasting around the world.
You heard me right. That's vodcasting with a V.
We want to welcome you to the LiT TV show, where we love, learn, and leverage information together. Because what we don't know can literally take us back to the Stone Ages. Are y'all ready to get litty? Welcome your host, E.
Mama, there goes that man.
C.
The boy's smart, but he crazy.
Weston.
I don't know what just happened.
I'm not sure.
I mean, it just on its own decided it would stop in the middle of the stream. So needless to say, we're back. We're back. Hopefully we didn't, was anybody on at the time? Like I didn't get a chance to see if anybody had tuned in yet or was rocking out with us yet.
Not sure, but they're still here. Hi.
What's going on, everybody? I don't see nobody because I had to start it all over. So you might have to look at Facebook for
here.
Okay, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to webisode number 18. Rocking out with special guest tonight, man, and an amazing woman of God, amazing story on tonight. But yes, we always start off, we gotta pay some bills.
Yes, we do.
Gotta pay some bills. So listen, if you have ever heard of luxury vacations,
If you haven't heard of them by now, you're going to know about them.
listen.
By the time y'all stop fooling with us.
Yeah, y'all keep rocking with us every Thursday night. What's going on, Quintez? Nice cut. Oh, so wait a minute, nice cuts. Are you talking about my haircut?
I think he was talking about my haircut.
So y'all know that she got the new part and the new do
Oh,
and the whole. You know what I'm saying?
quiet.
She's trying to compete with your boy is really what it is, but
You can't keep up.
she cute though. She cute. I get to it. Quintez, what's going on, family? Looking forward to connecting with you this weekend. Quintez gonna be in town this weekend.
Quintez is in town.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
birthday this weekend, and we're gonna go hang out, kick it.
Okay.
And so looking forward to it, my brother.
Like the sound of that.
Yeah, so it's not showing anybody on, but yet he just put a comment. So obviously
Yeah,
something's
he's
working.
on. I got you with
Okay.
the
Oh, you got me.
He just put the
I know, but
comment.
see right here, it tells me how many people are viewing.
Oh,
It says
okay.
0 people
They got a
viewing.
168 and then 217 on Facebook.
Okay, so 168 people tuned in. I just can't see y'all, so y'all got to tell me who you are. Say good afternoon,
No,
so I
it's
know
like
you're rocking with us.
400. You got about 200 YouTube and 200 Facebook.
Okay, all right, so it's about 400 of you guys. All right, sweet. So listen, if you never heard of Luxury Vacations, I'm telling you, you better go check these people out. Luxury Bay, B-A-E,
Like that's my
C-A-T-O-I-N,
bae?
like
That's
Bay,
my
yeah.
bae.
Vacation, luxuryvacation.com. All of your travel needs. I'm talking about if you want to go to another country. I'm talking about if you want to do something in the country, and no hotels.
No hotels.
No hotels.
No,
Zero
none
hotels.
of that, rectangle room and with the fridge and the micro. No, none of that.
No. We're talking about resorts. 2, 3,
5-star.
4 bedrooms, 5-star, all 5-star, and the price is charity.
Yeah. Insane. Insanity.
I
You
just
wouldn't
seen
believe
some on there the other day, and I'm just gonna let the cat out the bag. I saw some of them the other day. Flights for 2 people to Margaritaville, which is in the islands, and 5 days and 4 nights, all inclusive,
Crazy.
$800.
Can't beat it.
Flights included.
Can't beat it.
Resort stay
800 per
included.
person?
800 total.
Dang.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Luxuryvacations.com. If you're not a member, go and look them up on Facebook. They are huge. It's like 20, 30. No, it's like probably more than
I've
that.
lost count.
It's probably close to 30,000.
They
if
have
not
grown
more.
tremendously over the
people.
past months.
Yeah, Mom is in the house. What's going on, Mom Dukes? Mom Dukes is in the house. Love you, Mom. So y'all go join luxuryvacations.com and subscribe to their channel as well as to their Facebook and their Instagram if they have it. You'll see all the deals come up there. And listen, that's the specials they come up with. If you got something you want to do that's not a special, like you want to just take your family and you want to plan something, they'll put the whole thing together for you.
Shoot them a message in the inbox.
And they'll let them know what your budget is. Man, it's just don't take our word for it. Go check out Luxury Vacations if you haven't done it by now. Go and check them out. My other My other sponsor, I'm off my rocker today, man.
It's okay. Get back on it. Get back on it.
That mess up messed me up. That mess up earlier messed me up. Listen, my other sponsor on today is none other than iShopBlack.com. iShopBlack.com. If you are looking to support Black businesses, listen to me. If you're looking, let me stop the music so you can hear what I'm saying. If you're looking to support Black businesses, you definitely need to go check out iShopBlack.com. If you are a Black business owner and you are not a member of iShopBlack.com so people can find your business, you need to go join. How much does it cost, Charity, to be a part?
Nothing.
Free.
Free.
You can't beat free. All right, iShopBlack.com. Come on.
Business owners, is your business signed up to iShopBlack.com? This is the hottest spot for Black-owned businesses and professionals. Get discovered by consumers and make more money. It's just that simple. Visit iShopBlack.com and get signed up today.
iShopBlack.com.
All right, so Mom said there was an echo, and so Mom is probably due to me talking so loud and probably being so close to Charity's mic. The reason we're doing that is because we have a special guest that's on with us tonight, Shantoria Lowe, and she's going to be coming on here really, really soon. We got to do our dumb little dude, then we're going to get on. We're rushing to get on because she missing choir rehearsal. I ain't tell y'all that. I'm just going to go on. Listen, I ain't going to put her out there. But we're going to do right by her. She get the choir rehearsal. She get all of us in trouble. But listen, so the echo may be because we're extremely close to each other tonight for the purpose of the camera so that we can be on camera with her. But at any rate, real quick, before we jump into news, Charity, you got to tell them about your haircut, man. I'm going to put you on the spot, man. You got to show them the part, Charity. Show them the part. Come on, show them the part, Charity.
Stop it.
Come on, man.
You know I don't like being in the spotlight.
I know you don't like being in the spotlight, but
this show is not about me. It's about Shantoria.
It is about Shantoria tonight, and we'll get her on. But Shantoria says she like your haircut too, so I'm going to just throw it on out there.
Thank you to my barber, Melvin Huff. Shout out over off of, what road is it?
Shad Road.
I really wasn't feeling it at first because I felt as though it was a little too harsh, the lines and whatnot. But I like it, and a lot of people said they liked it today. So thanks.
Look what Mom said.
Thank you, Melvin.
Look what Mom said.
Thank you, Melvin.
So shout out Melvin Huff. He's also my barber as well. Jamal Fazamal.
Jamal
Fazamal is the barbershop, Shad Road. So go check him out. All right, Charity, you got some news. Let's get some music back on because I've been running my mouth for too long. You got some news for us?
I do.
Charity with the news. Let's get it.
So it always disappears from where I had it, but give me just a second and I should have it back. Thank you for your patience. All right, there we go. So Colin Kaepernick is still in very high demand, at least when it comes to his jersey. Nike offered up a special limited edition of CK7 jersey on its website early this morning, and within seconds, they were sold out. The jersey, called the Icon 2.0, commemorates the 4-year anniversary of Colin's kneeling demonstration in the NFL. If the jersey looks familiar, it's because LeBron James wore the triple back uni on his way to Game 5 of the Lakers playoff series with the Houston Rockets last week. Now, the jersey retails for $150 a pop, but minutes after they flew off of Nike shelves, they were being offered on retail sites like eBay for 3 times the original price. In fact, one sold on StockX for $400 already. It seems like the type of sales blitz that went down for the special Colin Kaepernick Air Force One sneakers back in 2019. Now, Colin posted about the special Nike jersey saying, 4 years ago, I took a knee to protest against systemic racism and social injustice. It was that day that the number on my jersey would come to represent something greater than football, something greater than me. Now, since then, the number 7 jersey has become a symbol for advancing the liberation and well-being of Black and brown communities. Thank you for staying true. Kaepernick seems to be doing well off the field. His Nike merch is in high demand, and he's been ranked the top free agent quarterback in the Madden 2021 video game. But on the field, there are still issues. He hasn't received a single offer for a tryout from an NFL club, despite he still wants to play. What's your thoughts on that?
That's crazy.
I know.
Because as much as society says that we should be back to getting beyond what he did, society is still punishing him for him not standing during the flag. Bottom line, The NFL has come out and did all of this apologizing. NFL has come out and did all of this talking about we owe you an apology, Colin Kaepernick, but yet they still not offering him the job. Something's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Had his skin color been different, he'd been back in the NFL a long time ago.
It's messed up.
But I digress.
All right. Trump casts new doubt on any deal to keep TikTok alive in the U.S. So TikTok is a huge platform and has more than 700 million users. So a plan to save popular video sharing app TikTok in the U.S. is taking shape behind closed doors in Washington through President Trump, even though President Trump cast fresh doubt Wednesday that the deal as it stands would satisfy the White House. The urgent talks are happening with only days to go before Trump's executive order to shut down TikTok's business in the U.S. will take effect. Software company Oracle beat out a competing proposal from Microsoft to keep TikTok alive, but its offer would not be an outright acquisition. Rather, Oracle, a database and cloud storage company, says it will be TikTok's trusted technology partner, a relationship yet to be clearly defined. Now, Trump on Wednesday told reporters that he wants to see an agreement in which ByteDance, which is TikTok's Chinese parent company, losing its majority stake in the app in order to address the administration's data privacy and national security concerns. Now, the president's insistence that ByteDance forfeited its majority ownership comes in the face of multiple reports indicating that ByteDance is demanding it retain its ownership position in the app, which has more than 700 million monthly active users, including my daughter, Rosalind. What do you have to say?
It's all about the money. Follow the money. It has nothing to do with the data breaches and all of this other nonsense. China is not playing the way that Trump wants them to play. And so this is his way of trying to punish them by saying we're going to remove the app from U.S. Phones. And so it's always about the money. You can always follow the money. And
but you don't think China's getting access to all of our information here?
Do you think that China, let's just be real, y'all. Y'all think China needs to put an app on people's phone to get information?
I don't know.
No. Are you finished with your news?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, go
ahead.
You
want me to be?
No.
All right, last thing in the news. Boston Celtics Jason Tatum saves all of his multi-million NBA salary. What would you do if you earned $7.83 million every year? Because for basketball star Jason Tatum, the answer was always going to be simple. You save every penny. After a single season with Duke University, Tatum declared for the 2017 NBA draft and was signed by the Boston Celtics to a lucrative $30.1 million contract to be distributed over 4 years straight into his savings account. He says we can't all be young athletes and NBA superstars, of course, stashing away millions of dollars every few months. But Tatum's reasoning is universal. He's using his youth to save for his future in case that future ever goes pear-shaped. He says, when I picked my agent, I told him I want to do as much off the court stuff as I can. Right now, I'm young, so I try to do everything as much as possible. Tomorrow is not promised. You're not promised the next contract. You want to save all the money you can. And Tatum is not alone. Warren Buffett, Ed Sheeran, and David Grohl are all known for either saving or living relatively frugal lives. I think that's to be commended because a lot of our NBA players, NFL players, baseball, whomever, when they get that big lump sum of money, they go buy the houses and the cars. And now he says, don't get me wrong, he did buy his mom a new Escalade and he does keep himself, plenty of clothes. But just the typical lavish spending that's being done, he doesn't do it. Check goes right into the savings account. I love it. That's my news for today.
No, that was really good, Charity. I think that was good. I think that the Boston Celtics, I got Shantoria. Y'all can't see her. She's on with us, and she's a Boston Celtics fan. So had I known that, this interview probably would have went a little different. Listen, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The young men. I mean, how many NBA players we know personally? Like, we know football players, NFL players. Not that they're doing bad, but they're not doing NFL and NBA any longer. And so that's as a result of not being
Frugal.
Not being wise
Right.
with the money that they had. Now, one partner of mine is smart. He can't get, I think it was 80% of his money he cannot get until he turns a certain age.
That's good.
And so he has millions that's in wait for him. So that's a positive.
Gotta
Real quick,
retire someday.
we got some people, man, that want to shout out. First off, Edith Hodges, what's going on?
Hi, Edith.
Hodges says, Edith Hodges said, "Lit fam, hair this cut is fire."
Do
You
not
see
talk
it.
about my
You
haircut all
see
night,
it.
y'all.
Look at Danny.
Don't do it.
What's going on, cuz? Danny's on. Hey, family, what's up? Yeah, Miss Edith, the cut is tight. Wayne Connor.
Hi, Wayne. I missed
What's
you
going
in
on,
the
Wayne?
shop today. Where were you?
So today we're talking part 2, y'all. I know that you guys really enjoyed last week, and today we're dealing with part 2 of profiting off of punishments and why slavery still exists. Not in the sense of the abolishment of slavery as we consider it, but as Charity read last week, which was so profound, there's a clause in the 13th Amendment, and the clause simply states that except for criminals or crime.
Let me read it exact.
Read it exact.
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction.
So if slavery was done away with, how would it read?
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction.
That's if it was done away with. But the clause says,
Except
that it be for.
crime, where punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted.
Now, here's the problem. Duly convicted. Here's the problem. Anybody can be considered a criminal. Here's the problem. Because of my skin color, I'm automatically assumed to be a thug or a super predator or, dangerous to society. So it's easy for them to lock up black and brown. Why? Because it's easy to put them back into the system that we don't want to call it slavery. But as I said last week, the original term servitude, indentured servant, or slave was connected to prisoners of war. Whenever a country would colonize or a king would colonize or go and take over go conquer another king, the conquering king would then take those people as the working class or prisoners of war, and they became the slaves, prisoner. So it's nothing new. It's just unique how they go about doing it. And so last week was amazing.
I mean, you're getting part 2 right now. So if you missed last week, you gotta go
back.
get it.
Yeah.
You gotta get part 1 in order to really
understand.
We don't want to repeat too much.
Well,
but
I just want to bring you up to speed
Yeah.
before we get into our special guest tonight. And so without further ado, she's been waiting. We ain't gonna keep her waiting too long. So she can go watch the Boston Celtics get beat before she goes to choir rehearsal. And so we're getting ready to bring on our special guest, Shantoria Lowe. Let me get this situated here and transition. Say hello. Can you hear us?
Hey. Yes, I can hear y'all.
Okay, all right. So Marcus
Can you hear
Jeffrey
me?
said, that's what, I can hear you. We can hear you. And you guys let us know in the chat if you can hear Miss Lowe well. Okay, if you can hear her with no problems. Go ahead and say something, Miss Lowe, again, so that they can make sure that they can hear you.
Hey, everybody.
Don't get shy now. You sing.
Oh, I'm not shy.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so I think they said you're good. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the LiT.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we on one mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear her? They say they can hear you very
Yes,
well.
leniently.
So can you introduce yourself, like who you are, where you from, got any babies?
Okay, well, my name is Shantoria Lowe. I was born and raised here in Jacksonville, Florida. I am a single mother of 3 children. I have 2 girls and a boy. My son, he's a middle child. They are 12, 11, and 9. Yeah.
Babies. Yeah. here with Wes. Okay, yeah. My sound is going. All right, so let's do this. Get in your mic, Charity.
My
Make sure
sound
that-
here. Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear Charity? Okay, we can hear you, Charity. Can
Okay.
y'all hear me as well? We may have to do separate mics.
Okay.
That's
fine.
1, 2.
Mic check.
Okay, we can hear you, Pastor.
Okay,
All right,
that's
now, So, 12. Give me those ages.
11
again,
and 9.
11.
12, 11, and 9.
And who's the youngest? Boy or girl?
Girl.
Who's the oldest, boy or girl?
Girl.
Oh, the boy
Hey,
got it rough.
That's our same lineup.
Oh, the boy got
Matthew
it rough.
in the middle.
Yeah, he got it rough. You see, my son, we have a 23-year-old daughter, just graduated college, and then we have a 12-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son. So the 14-year-old son's in the middle. But the thing is, the 23-year-old's been gone so long, so it's kind of like he gets, he's like the big brother, so he's not kind of smashed in the middle. But that 11-year-old, I'm praying for my boy.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because he always come and tell me. He's like, Mom, sometimes I think you treat them better than me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've heard that. I've heard that.
All right, so born and raised in
Say your mic
Jacksonville.
is still low with a little
My
echo.
mic is still low. Let's see, with a little echo. Let's see here.
'Cause I feel like I hear the sound
took
coming
it down.
from.
I took it down because I'm bleeding over into yours. So how about that, Terrence? Is it a little better? Barely hear you, Wes, and you have an echo. So I shouldn't be echoing any longer.
No.
I think it's when you and I talk at the same time, both mics. All right. So go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, Shantoria. From Jacksonville.
Yeah, born and raised. I graduated from Ed White High School, so I'm a commander.
Just striking out.
Yes, and I mean that's pretty much me.
Nice. Now, you have a very, very interesting story. I'm going to put up a picture, okay? And I want you to tell us who this person is on the left and then tell me about this woman on the right. So let me go up so they can see it. Hold on here because I got it really, really low. There we go. All right. So tell me, who is this woman on the left? And then who is this young lady on the right?
Wow. Okay. So the woman on the left, the young lady at that time on the left, that is a very lost young lady. Very broken, naive, gullible at that time, a little ruthless.
How old is the one on the left?
That one, she was 23 at the time. Yeah.
And then now tell me about the young lady on the right.
Yeah. Well, the young lady on the right, she's been refurbished,
Come on here.
refined,
It's refurbished.
let's
Yes.
see, renewed, transformed. She's awesome. That lady on the right is awesome. Yeah.
So
definitely so.
So tell us your story. Tell us the backstory of the lady on the left, and then I want them to hear about what all that lady on the right has going on, because it is not just a renewal. It is not just a refurbish. God has done some amazing things in the young lady on the right's life, just like he has on the one on the left. He's been faithful to the one on the left too, but I want you to kind of bring them up to speed on what give us the backdrop on the lady on the left.
Okay, so the lady on the left, I can say for time during maybe like a teenage to the young adult, that's when you're trying to find yourself and you're seeking acceptance, and I met a guy, and he's my kid's father. And, he wasn't the ideal guy that, my family would approve of me dating. And, just having a relationship with him and, she has a lot of trauma, when it comes to abuse. physical, mental, emotional. And, just that was my struggle,
Right.
And a part of that person kind of a little bit gave up on life, in a sense. I was dealing with the guy, and he's a street guy, so of course, he sold drugs, and so that lifestyle is not that's not a lifestyle that no one wants to take part in, even though it's fast money. But I told him one day, I said, hey, well, this is not how I was raised, and I threatened to leave. And in threatening to leave, he's like, okay, well, I'll stop. But it wasn't like an immediate stop, there are things that you have to do sometimes to get out the game, to not, lose your life, those type of things.
Right.
So he made the sacrifice, and he did it. And in doing so, there was a lot that I had to deal with that I didn't understand about him. He had no high school diploma, so he couldn't go and just get a good job. If he did get a job, it was gonna be Burger King, but working at Burger King, and now you versus making so much money a day, he wasn't having it. So, in doing so, I had to pick up a lot of the slack. I worked 2 jobs. I went to school, make ends meet, and then with him, trying to encourage him and say, hey, you can do this, and try to help. But I realized that, if mentally is not here, you really can't make a person do something,
You're right.
And, even with me taking upon the responsibility, times was hard, single mother, I'm taking care of him. And at that time, I had 2 children by him at this time. And, the struggle was real, behind on bills, couldn't pay rent, couldn't keep gas in the car, sometimes couldn't even buy diapers for the kids. Right. And with me, I'm just like, I can't do this. But, I had a best friend, and she was also, we were kind of going through the same thing. She was going through more of the physical abuse. And, in talking, we came up with a plan, and we say we're going to get ourselves out of these relationships, and we're going to get ourselves out of these circumstances.
Right.
And did we ever think that it will be by robbing banks?
Oh my God. I was not expecting that.
Santoria.
This little sweet baby voice over here talking about robbing a bank.
Well, it was multiple robberies. It wasn't just banks, but the majority of them were bank robbery. Mm-hmm. There were about 6 robberies in total.
Girl, y'all pulling money heist.
We were getting away, and I just remember the last robbery. Matter of fact, before this last robbery, there was an incident that happened. I don't know if you all can see the scar. I think I covered it up with my makeup, but I have a scar here. And me and my kid's father, we had gotten a real bad fight. And after that fight, I got on my, and I was like, God, I know you real. I need you to just live out this situation. And like the moment I said that, like my mom called the phone, and she's like, hey, I don't know what you're doing. She was like, but you need to stop. Mind you, before at this point, like we had already committed like 5 robberies.
Hold on, Santoria. Hold on, Santoria. Hold on, Santoria. This is you and another girl?
Internet freezing.
Yes, it was another girl.
I just can't picture
it. It's 2 women.
Yeah, that's like what's the movie? Set It Off?
Yeah, Set It Off.
Set It Off. Y'all watch too much Set It Off, girl. So go ahead. So your mom calls.
So, yes. And she's like, she's telling me, she's like, Holy Spirit, it's telling me, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to stop it, And I know she didn't know, but I know my mom's the praying woman. So I know, he showed her.
Discerning spirit.
So before this last robbery, I was kind of battling with it all day. Like I was trying to just drag the day, take my time from the time of getting in the car and everything. I just was like, how you just be sick to your stomach. And I just was like, But we proceeded, and the last robbery was committed, and not even 2 days later, we wound up getting picked up. Yeah. So with that, go ahead.
No. So you felt something was wrong in this last situation. Something was not right, right?
Right.
And what I love about, and this is not a spiritual show, but I'm a pastor and we're believers, and so it's kind of hard not to. What I love about God is he has a way of still speaking to us, even when we're doing our dirt or we're doing wrong. He still tries to get through to us.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And tries to intervene. So I think the favor of God on your life was shown even in that instance when you're getting ready to go do wrong, but you felt like something ain't right.
Tug of war.
Look at the signs now. God sends your mom
first.
Then he gives you something internally that makes you feel like, right? It's a blessing though.
It is.
Yes.
So you get picked up.
And so getting arrested, they take you to like the investigative room, and as much as I watched 48 hours, it was like, it was real hard.
First 48 is what you watched, first 48.
Yes, first 48. So it was real hard, and like I was in that room for like, I don't know how long I was in there. But eventually I wound up getting escorted to the county jail. The next couple of days, I went to about 3 first appearances, and they all said no bond. Mind you, during the time that these robberies were being committed, I was pregnant with my last child.
No way.
Yes.
Oh.
So I went to jail pregnant, and at that time I knew, like, God just recalled that me falling to the ground saying, get me out of this. Did I ever think it was gonna be that? No. But he did that, I sat in jail for like 22 months. I had my baby in jailhouse custody. I didn't get to see them until I actually went to prison. And I was wow. able to have the contact visit, but I would see them from the dorm of the jail house, because you could look outside the window, and my family would bring them up there on Sundays after church.
Right.
Oh my God.
Best, and they would just be waving. They waving at the flags. They thinking they waving at the flags, but they really waving at mommy,
Wow.
But during the time, that I was there, it was just a time of rebuilding, like breaking out, rebuilding. I spent a lot of time with God. There's always this saying that says, you never know how much you need God until he's all you have.
God, yeah. Right.
And that was just the time, for me to build a relationship with him and to really get to know him, and not only just him, but to get to know myself all over again, because here I had really lost myself in a man. And that was I had to learn me over again. And believe it or not, in prison, the remainder of those 28 months that I did there, everything was strategically, like God had orchestrated everything, because even I was connected. I was connected even though I was away from home. I was connected through the chaplain, just so much, that just transpired over that time. And I took some vocation in there. I took up a couple small business courses.
Right.
In there, a serial entrepreneur was actually birthed. And, upon my release, I didn't go straight home. My dad had actually passed a year before my release. So that was a real big thing, because, my dad, he was everything to me.
Yeah.
But, I realized that, God does everything, for a reason. And he was also like a little God in my life. So I know he had to be,
Wow.
removed, So from here, once I was released from prison, I knew that everything from here on out, I was going to have to try to just lead and guide me. So I didn't go home to live with my mom or any family. I actually took the steps as far as transition. So I used transitional housing. Everything as far as just whatever resources that they had provided or they said they provided, I tried to utilize those avenues to not be dependent on people, but to be dependent upon God and have him show me the way through this. And
your story.
I tell you, coming from prison, it is a bitch.
What was that?
I didn't catch that last part because it broke up. Say that again.
It's kind of.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, say that last part again because it broke up.
What was the last part? I think I was saying the transition from, prison is it's very hard. It's very hard. Especially, coming into society.
Now, let me ask you this. So the things that you did while in prison, those were things that you just took it upon yourself to try to do for yourself, or were those things being offered to you? Like, take us behind the
curtain, behind the scenes, in the four walls.
Take us into the prison yards. Like, I'm here. Like, is there things to help me better myself, or do I have to really just apply myself to get whatever I can, or grab whatever I can to put myself in the best situation, so that when I do come out, I can be, and I use this word lightly. Prison is supposed to be for rehabilitation and restitution. Restitution means I did a crime, I served my time, I have paid that back. But rehabilitation is so that when I get back out, I can be whole again. I can be an individual. I can be a citizen again. Does prison offer you the opportunity to be made whole again, or is it you just got to get it however you can get it? Like, help me understand.
Okay, well, I will say it in this manner. Based upon the classification, meaning a private facility and just a regular DOC state-ran prison, it is so much different. The reception center for women is Lowell. Lowell is the maximum security prison for women. I was housed at Gadsden Correctional Facility, which is a private facility.
Okay.
Now, they are so different in the two, okay? And the reason being is because with the DOC state-ran prison, there's really not a lot of locations offer. You got to think about it. Your house with different classifications, you know. So you might have lifers, you might have, you know, whatever. But Gadsden was one of those facilities where if you had 15 years or less, you know, they would ship you off to that facility. Okay.
And
And
that's the
then you
private
could
one,
also ask to go to certain facilities based upon the programs that they offered. So different facilities offer different programs. Now, how you would get into those programs would basically just depends on your EOS. And a lot of times, like if you are at a state-ran prison, it's really about like who you know, who you can get a word into.
Wow.
But a private facility is ran a little bit more different. And with that aspect, because their funding is different. So they can offer more programs. They can offer more programs at more times versus a state-ran prison. You may catch a CDL in cosmetology one time a year, and they're going to elect 20 inmates, you know. And that program, cosmetology, could be like 12 months. You know, for somebody that has 3 years, you know, to try to do a program is like, when I'm gonna get in. Versus a private facility, they may offer those vocations, but they may have it offered twice to where they could probably do, you know, 40 versus 20.
So that's what I was going to say. The private facilities, and those were some of the ones we were talking about last week. So programs are there for rehabilitation, for you to come out better than you went in.
Right.
Well, I think the thing with the privatization of prisons we were talking about, not necessarily as the programs, but so much more so the contractual work that you're obligated to. As far as work is concerned,
what did you have to do? Any type of work in there?
Okay, so with the private facility, it's a little bit different as far as the work. There were squads that would do outside grounds, and that was basically anything that was outside of the facility. But we're not working for a wage. We're working for days. Good behavior.
Say that again.
Yeah. So we're not working for a wage. We're working for days. Good behavior. Time off our sentence.
I got you. So you work off your time. I got you.
Delay, y'all. I'm sorry.
Huh?
So you understand the concept?
So
it was froze up.
Yeah, it froze up. So help me understand this. You're still working.
Okay.
You're just not getting paid for it. You're getting paid for it in the sense of less in days.
Right.
But there's still a contract involved from some corporation.
Right. Now, some facilities do offer. The facilities that I was at didn't offer, but I know in Homestead, I think they have a contract with like food. So they will pay like a very minimum wage. Like even if you were a canteen worker, I think you got paid like $75 or something like that. Like some of the jobs, you know, that you had, you could get paid, but it's not like, you know, we not like federal. I know federal you get paid, but in a state facility is
right. But either way, rather it's
you work at.
Yeah, rather it's you know, a minimum wage or small pay, or rather you're working off time. And we got some guests that want to ask you some questions, so we're coming with them in just a second. But rather you're doing either one of those, I think the thing is for the contract or for the corporation, it's cheap labor or free labor for them, right? So either way for them, and that's the part of the prison system that we just I think that has to change. Unless you change that aspect of it, then it'll always be driven by a dollar and not really helping the individual or the inmate. You know what I'm saying? And so, a few questions people ask.
Marcus Jeffries says.
Marcus Jeffries say hello. He knows you. He said, "Do you remember him?" Marcus Jeffries.
The name off the bat, I don't remember.
No.
I would have to.
You'd have to look him up on Facebook. He's on Facebook. And then somebody asked about, does Florida have a policy called the Second Chance Act? Do you know about that?
I don't know of it in the terms of a second chance, but there is something that is I'm trying to remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but there is something where like if you're a youth offender and you did something but you got a lot of time, like if you complete a program, they will let you out,
Okay,
like
the definition,
like that.
Recidivism.
Definition here: the Second Chance Act is an act that can result in reduced time of incarceration for inmates. Hence, it ensures release to prisoners for a portion of the final months. They enter a community correctional facility, halfway house, such as home detention, therefore giving the prisoner a reasonable opportunity to adjust.
Yeah, we have it. So Quintez asked about, do we have it? So yeah, we do. We do have that Second Chance Act.
Tessie House.
Marcus Jeffries said Tessie House. Tessie House?
Teessaye?
Okay, I know to say, but I still
To say.
I'm gonna look them up when I get there.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know to say.
Okay, to say house. Yeah, that's where you talking about from. To say house. So sis, when you go back and you look at, okay, no, matter of fact, here's the direction I want to go in. You put in that same post, you talked about how you were in a special portion of the prison, the third. Okay, I'm trying to remember how you worded it, but was it the maximum security portion of this? It was a portion where you did a certain portion of your time in a place that was not normal.
Right. So that is the actual state prison, like DOC, not a private facility.
Gotcha.
Like DOC is like real jail, real prison.
Real
That's
prison.
Like, once you walk on the yard, you know you in prison.
Ooh,
really?
So I spent about 3 months there in RNO. That's reception. But I mean, you see so much stuff, like just in that little bit of time. Like I knew I wanted to leave. I was ready to go.
So that's the part of prison. That's the prison where you like, yo, this is let me watch my back when I'm on the yard kind of stuff. Really?
Right.
How did? Were you afraid?
I wasn't afraid, and just because like I grew up kind of like being like rough house and stuff, because I got brothers, and, so it's like no, you wasn't afraid, but like you were alone. That's one thing, you were alone, but once I moved facilities, it was a little bit better. I actually felt like I was maybe at like college or something. So
interesting.
So when you were in there, population, demographics of population, was it more us, like in brown, Hispanic, Asian, or was it more of them?
It's actually more of them in there.
More of them in there. That's an eye opener.
Yeah.
More of them. So the reality is they may be committing more crimes.
They are.
I'm just wondering. I mean, could that truly be the reality?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now,
a lot more crimes,
Now,
a lot more outrageous.
definitely. Well, that's the truth. Definitely more violent and hard crime is done.
Right.
But I will say this though, it doesn't shock me that you would say it would be more of them when it comes to women. I think the target is on the male, the black male's back when it comes to prison. It's never really been about the woman. It's always been about locking our black men up. And so the demographics are totally different when you get on to the
that's
male
what somebody
yards.
just said. That's a women's prison.
Mom said that. Yeah, mom said it's a women's prison. Yeah, but I still wanted to hear just from your perspective what was the demographic in there. So talk to me about food.
So I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
I suffer from something from Crohn's disease. So I was on a special diet. It took me a while to get on a special diet, but the food at a private facility is a little bit better than of
the
course
state.
I have to say that.
Right.
But thankfully I had a family that was supportive to the point that I didn't have to always go to the chow hall.
What was it called?
Chow hall.
Chow hall.
It's a military
Sound
term.
bad.
The chow hall is a military term.
Sound bad.
Yeah. The chow hall.
Yeah.
And when you even though you didn't eat it, could you kind of explain what food would be like for others? Like what's up?
So on Mondays was
Uh-oh.
called Chicken Day. Okay.
All
So
right.
everybody knew Monday was Chicken Day.
Okay.
At my particular prison, they actually offer a salad bar. Now I would go and eat that day. Yeah, it was a salad bar. But everything else was like mystery meat, vegetables, cold fries, sort of thing.
So you don't know what kind of meat it is?
Mm-mm.
Oh my.
And you probably ate it almost every day because you might had it in some like beefaroni. Then you might have turned around and had it like it's like sloppy Joe. You know,
Oh.
you didn't know.
Honey.
You didn't know.
But here's the crazy thing, sis. Prison is designed for you not to want to be there, and it's designed for you to say, "I'm never coming back." And what baffles me more than anything is it's not a place you go to and you figure out like this is where I want to be. Like it's not designed for that. It is designed to make you want to leave and never come back again. But what baffles me is so many of my young men and young people who are okay with going back. You know what I mean? And okay with going back into that system that is really not designed to help them in any fashion, but yet they're okay with going back. And I get, judging is not ever the answer. And I get like even in your situation where you life dealt you circumstances where you took chances to try to change it. And oftentimes, so many of our people are not in those situations. We're just not thinking. We're not taking advantage of the freedom that we do have.
Right. It's not that their situations are
that dire or that
bad
bad or whatever. We just don't think we'll get caught, or we're okay with going back into a system that was never designed for us to stay in, and it was created for us, but never designed for us as a people to stay in. And so, man, I appreciate so much that you would take time out to come and share. Now, we did a lot of talking about that young lady that was on the left, and we let the people know about the young lady that's on the right. Like, who is she? Because
Show
that's
us one more time.
Let me put the picture up, because she is, I mean, come on here. Y'all just don't know. This lady on the right that y'all see right here on the right, same lady, but listen, worlds apart. And I want y'all to hear just about all that the lady on the right has going on today. So
do
come
share.
on, share.
So the lady on the right is now a paralegal. And I've actually dedicated like most of the time and my resources to create jobs that hire convicted felons.
Stop.
So I have two companies.
Stop. Sis, you're a paralegal and you have, well, you're about to get into the companies, but you've dedicated your time to create jobs for people who are convicted felons. One of the things that I always talk about, my wife will tell y'all, man, you come out, but then there's nothing to help you get back into society, and you go right back in to work for free, and the system just, it's a cycle over and over and over again. And so you created jobs to help those who need a job. Man, you can make it. I promise you can. I promise you can. Am I right about it?
Most definitely. Most definitely. One of my companies that
did y'all hear that? She said one of her companies.
One of my companies.
Just come on through here. One. Come on through
it's
here.
It's called the Sankofa Firm, and originally I just underwent a name change because it was a second chance credit services, but it had a dual meaning for me. It was a second chance for me to come out and give back, and also to create second chances for other individuals to help them along the transition process. I went through the transition process, so I know what I had to, what is kind of entailed with that, And so in renaming the company Sankofa Firm, which means to go back and get one, that is my motive, is to go back and get one and to help bring them along, to put a stop to recidivism and to help push them along the way, to be that support system and say, hey, you can do it. If it comes to finding housing, I can help you find housing. If it comes to, employment, here's a place for employment. In addition, I help with financial literacy. I'm gonna teach you how to pay your bills. I'm gonna teach you about credit. These are things that's not really offered in there, but it helps to have these things because a lot of people come out and it's like, what to do,
Right.
And then you have old people, places, and things right there waiting. And then, you're trying to come out and be better. You have to have something,
to replace,
to support you and help you along the way. And even with going through, as I was going through myself, I went and applied for jobs and I would work 2 weeks and here they go. They say, hey, we got to let you go. That hurts. And I have 3 children and they're depending on me, and things like that. So, I created companies and built partnerships and networks to where, my companies are bonded. So I can take upon these, felons as myself, and I talk to them and I tell them, I push them and I let them know, never to, don't give up. You can't give up. That's the one thing that you can't do because nobody is not designed. This system is not designed to help you from entry to release. It is stuff that is just orchestrated to be a stumbling block to help you go back.
That's it.
And if you're not around positive people, places, and things to, be in your ear and get off on you and let you know, hey, you know, my thing is, I always tell people, you remember your DC number? You want to be saying that again?
Ooh.
No, you don't. So
Wow.
like that's, you know, that's where my service is that, you know, I have a heart for that because I know like it's hard. And you know, like I said, I'm a woman with 3 children, and people, if they haven't been afforded the opportunity to option, you know, there are things, you know, like I said, I have the resource to where I can help, you know, just push them in the right direction.
Right.
And
That's powerful.
That is amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
is.
Look at what the people are saying.
Yeah.
Amazing queen. Somebody said amazing queen. Somebody said amazing. Somebody said praise the Lord.
It's a wonderful session.
Wonderful. Now tell me about serial entrepreneur.
Okay, so I have a couple vocations underneath my belt. So I do have CDL training, and I am a cosmetologist by trade. I have another company. It's a courier service, delivery service, where I own a fleet of vans, and we do.
Come on, sis.
We do deliveries, and this Sankofa, like I said, it's a paralegal firm, but it's also a firm. It's centered around personal service, especially for the convicted felon. And in that sector, I have a customer service department where, you know, I hire as well.
Wow.
I'm just listen, y'all. Look here. I'm so glad she missed choir rehearsal. She was late for choir rehearsal tonight.
I mean, the story is just,
it's amazing.
It's like storybook material.
It is. Do you have a book on the way?
Have been writing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I need that copy when it comes out.
And here's what it does, sis. It speaks hope. It speaks life. Because so many people just don't know that it can be done. You know, we got the stories of Judge, what's my judge? That went and became a judge after going through.
I don't know.
Black judge, not Joe Brown, the other one.
Mathis.
Yeah. We got stories like Judge Mathis, but you know he's on TV, and we can't relate to Judge Mathis. But here's a sister sitting right in front of us in our own hometown, who has a story of going from some very dark places and dark times in her life to now being able to not only do for her and her children, but go back and grab people who have been in those dark places and give them direction and help them. And hope, man. And so that's just, sis, I thank you so much. And let me tell y'all this in closing, because we're getting ready to wrap it up. I know she got to get the choir rehearsal, but I want y'all to know that Shantoria did this on the fly. Like, I reached out to her on the fly and say, sis, would you mind coming on the show and sharing your story? And she said, YES. And just know that we are great. Listen, what's your shirt size? We're going to get you a LiT TV show shirt, and you got to rock the shirt for us. Send me a picture. All right, so give me your shirt size. We're going to be doing part 3. This is part 2 with Shantoria Lowe. We're going to be doing part 3. Possibly, I'm going to let the cat out the bag. It may be a Sunday night show. We may do a Sunday night show. And if Shantoria can come back, we're going to have her on. We're going to have 2 or 3 other guests along with her if she's able to make it back, all with individual stories, just to kind of take us behind the curtain, be able to understand. Listen, and hopefully the young people and young women out there who are listening will say, you know what? I'm going to be a little more mindful, because that's not a place I ever want to see or ever want to go to, to find out for my own self, rather not I want to be there or not. And I'll say this, Shantoria, speaking into your life, let me tell you something. Marcus talking about I'm an XL. Marcus, I'm not giving you a shirt. I'm giving Shantoria a shirt.
You got to pay for yours.
Yeah, you got to pay for yours, Marcus. But Shantoria, listen, I want to speak this into your life. And the Holy Ghost gave me this when you were talking. The girl that's on the left, the reason you are who you are you ought to thank the girl on the left.
Mm-hmm.
I know that don't look good. I know it didn't feel good, and there's a lot, but you are who you are today
Because of her.
that girl. So as much as she's done that was negative, you ought to tell her thank you. Because of that, God used all of this to bring you to where you are today. And so I wouldn't look back, and I tell my story everywhere I go.
Every chance I got.
I'm trying to tell you. All right. So God bless you, sis. Thank you again so much for rocking with us.
And
Thank you.
I was gonna say there was some more. Somebody else had shouted out. We didn't get a chance to say hello. I know the Flaming Gamer had came on and said
Flaming
hello.
Gamer, what's going on?
Twice.
Loose Kelly. What's going on, Kelly? Holly Buchanan, good afternoon.
Aunt D came on Sisters United by Love. Thank y'all for being here.
You guys on.
Listen, if this content was good to you, hit the like button down below.
And
Just give it a
subscribe.
thumbs up
Yeah.
and subscribe so that
YouTube
you
channel.
can get notifications. If you're on YouTube, I know Facebook, you can't. Well, you can give the video a thumbs up, but it's important on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hit the like button and hit subscribe. But thank you.
Sis, stay tuned. We're gonna close out the show and then let you go. But I want to say something to you before you go, okay? I just need to close the show out. So just stay tuned. All right. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna give some nuggets real quick. So listen. All I'm gonna tell y'all is this. Okay? At the end of the day, I'm gonna mute your mic, Charity, but at the end of the day, everybody, that's why you got to be careful about judging people in the state that you see them in. Sometimes we're on the potter's wheel and God is working on it. May not look, we might have made bad choices, may have made bad decisions. It may have looked like we're on our way out or we're down, but don't ever judge anything before the time. The Bible says judge nothing before the time, because God is doing a work. And as long as God is doing a work, you don't know what the end result's going to be. The very young man, the very young lady that you're looking at that say ain't no good and ain't getting in trouble and ain't doing what's right and need to be locked up and da-da-da-da-da, those are the same people who will turn around and be hiring you and your children one day. So be careful about judging people. Keep our young men and our young women in prayer. Let's pray for every individual who's behind bars, because I can tell you this, some of them, a lot of them, the majority of them probably doesn't deserve to be there, believe it or not. All right. This has been our show tonight. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll catch you guys next Thursday. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the LiT TV show with E.C. Weston. Don't miss next week's webisode. Same time, same bat channel. Hey, we're viewer supported, so don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Edward Weston, our Instagram, E-C Weston, and our Facebook, E-C Weston. Also, let us know what you'd like us to talk about on upcoming shows. Wait. Stop the music. I almost forgot the most important thing. We need LiT team members. If you'd like to help keep this show going, join the LiT team by donating $20 or more via Cash App at $LiT TV show. And we'll recognize you live on next week's show. Okay, bring the music back. Next Thursday, 7 p.m. Be sure to tune in because you won't want to miss it. And until then, stay lit, my friends.